supports relationship and building trust. You can see we look to the future and how do we forecast the future. We look to the student experience. We look to the model of sort of air traffic control, if you will, of the state and what it looks like and how do we know capacity and how do we create that flow. The other piece that we looked at was how do we create the environment, that clinical environment that is a culture of all in. And how do you bring an organization to a place where they can commit to a percentage of their staff, say 20% of their staff are going to be preceptors, to create that environment where it's going to be a rich learning environment so that that student experience happens. So what we did was we created our little diorama, kind of, and here's our happy little student who received their whole plan, their whole education plan, and they know where they're going. So they go through that revolving door of placement and they go, oh, am I going to the hospital? Am I going to do e-visits? Am I going to do a mobile clinic? Am I going to a clinic? And they go through that revolving door and they travel across that path and they get to the setting, and we're going to call it, hang on.
Yeah, this is our dedicated education clinic, but maybe it's a unit on a floor.
Right.
Or
And here's our student paired with our preceptor, and do you see that they look a little bit different? They may not even be the same discipline. So that interprofessional education piece comes into play in this setting. So just so you know that we did that with the colors.
Yeah, so this is our dedicated education clinic. And as you can see, it doesn't have walls, so we are kind of thinking it could be a clinic, it could be a unit, or it could be some other kind of unique model of care. But we have kind of some features of the clinic that would be important. So it is an interdisciplinary team that cares for patients. So we have kind of regular staff and APPs and other providers and professions that work there on a regular basis, but then built around the idea of supporting students and always having a student or multiple students in the clinic or practice setting. We found, or another attribute of the clinic is that the students would play an active role in this clinic and bring a benefit to the clinic. So whether it's providing education on best practice or current guidelines, or doing a quality improvement project, that there would be value added from having students there. We also thought it might be neat to kind of further integrate the academic and practice partners to have the capacity for faculty from the academic partners to work to do their clinical practice in a clinic setting like this, to kind of further integrate those systems. And what am I missing? I think that's it.
Well, then our happy little student exits their student experience and they become a happy graduate. And then they get a job, whether it's in the hospital or e-visits or clinics, and they go back to their setting and they volunteer as a preceptor.
Yeah.